You remember the episode of Mayberry RFD where Goober goes to Whole Warrior?
It's the most awkward ending of any sitcom in the history of television.
What, when he goes to Whole Warrior? When he comes back, he's supposed to, but he just goes down to Siler City for a few days.
Yeah.
That was the whole deal. That was the whole beef. And when he came back, all he had to say to everybody, he said, "How is Hawaii, Goober?" And he said, "It's not just a hospital." The moral of the story, folks, is that retards go through puberty too. I'm sorry, I know that's not politically correct.
Not in this day and age.
But if in case you hadn't heard the news about it. Hey everybody, welcome to Girl Man Record Night. We appreciate the ball heaving shit hell out of you this evening for joining us on Friday night. We sit around and talk about record albums and all the news of the world.
Play record albums, listen to them, talk about them, do whatever with them.
We got Jay joining us this evening. Steve was a game time decision.
Steve's on assignment.
He's on assignment.
You know what they say in your business?
Yeah, he's out. He's out interviewing Netanyahu.
He's what?
He's out interviewing Netanyahu. I used to have a Netanyahu email account. Did you ever have one of those?
No.
www.mikesemail.netanyahu.com. This low carb beer is uncommingly smooth.
Oh, that's Budweiser Select.
55. So 1.8 grams
That's
of
a
carbs.
specialty beer.
Low carbs.
That's a fancy beer.
Yeah, I like to do it. Hey, Metal Theologian's on here.
Oh.
So he's watching on Twitch on his TV, but chatting on YouTube on his phone. It's like a complete multimedia experience. Bro, you know what? You ain't telling me nothing. In my living room, I've got Buffalo 66, great film if you've never seen it, playing on the main TV. I have a side TV in there for retro gaming. Reservoir Dogs is playing on that. And here I had DVDs playing of The Greatest American Hero while we were playing records, streaming records on my laptop right here. It's like it's a different age, man. It's a different age, and sometimes I don't even know how to act in it.
It's crazy, man.
Obviously.
Hey.
You
know what's better than less televisions?
Neil Moore televisions.
Exactly. More televisions. You can't have too many televisions.
No, I don't think so. I want to mount another
one over your other one. That's a good idea.
2 stacked. I hate saying flat screens nowadays.
Flat screens. Flat screen.
Nothing will make you sound more like an older gentleman than saying like, "Oh, it's a flat screen." Anyway, shit. Hope everybody had a good week. It's been an alright week, but I feel a whole lot better about it right this moment, and I'll be honest with you about it.
It was a long week, man.
Yeah. We got a little Thanksgiving coming up. It's going to be a good time.
It's 2 weeks
away. We got a little tease ahead. I got a couple of Thanksgiving items to talk about in Chip Chat before we even get to what we're going to try this evening, but I got a couple of really great stories to talk about for Chip Chat, so be sure to stay tuned for that. I got a good weird soda. I don't know if it's good. I can't say good. Got a weird soda in the fridge for so to speak, and I meant to look it up to see what in the effing balls this is even about, but I picked it up. I was out of the store and I was like, pick it up. Hey, that's a soda. I mean, pick it up. I've never seen it. Pick it up.
I wish
never seen it
people
before.
at home could see how that light is just radiating off your G.I. Joe
Yeah, it's a little close to the G.I. Joe.
That is like super.
I can't remember the name of that vehicle where it's a plane, but it's got the propeller on the top that looks like a helicopter. I've got it suspended with the string above the precarious.
Bright.
Oh, bright, yeah. It's giving us a nice sheen. Whatever we can do to get a good sheen. Anyway, what am I talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, today, we talked about this for a few days. A few weeks here on the program. Today was the day where they released that 50th anniversary of the Beatles. Come on now, keep up with it.
Sorry.
Put it up on security. Go up underneath. Clip on something legit. Can't be yanking and janking on it. Then we get 45 minutes into it. People are like, "Hey, I've not heard anything Jay said."
Well,
And then somebody else says, "What's the difference from any other night?" Yeah, ha ha ha. Yeah, ha ha. But yeah, we've been talking about this Beatles 50th anniversary White Album came out today. All that
jazz.
Yeah, all that jazz. All the crazy extras and pristinely remastered, and we've talked about this ad nauseum. But something I didn't really, and of course I didn't run out and buy it because I'm just not that guy. But something that Steve actually texted us earlier in the evening, and I wasn't aware that this actually came out the same day. And I remember reading about this, but obviously not as much hype. Is the Pink Floyd's The Wall Redux. Came out with some of the most banging, heavier acts in the game nowadays, covering these songs, including like the Melvins doing The Flesh. I'm just kind of zipping through some of these. Sasquatch does Another Brick in the Wall. ASG, who is a band from Wilmington, North Carolina, very, very good band. I'm just kind of figuring out about ASG. They do Mother. Moss Generator's on here. Space Slug, Year of the Cobra, Greenleaf, Summoner, Scott Reeder, Mark Lanigan, Ruby the Hatchet, Mars Red Sky, Pallbearers on here, Church of the Cosmic Skull, who we just talked about, and to finish the damn thing off, Yawning Man does Outside the Wall. Holy shit. I mean, that is just a bonkers lineup.
Crazy looking vinyl too.
Yeah, there's tons of color variants and stuff that that are out there, but this is just kind of one I picked up, not picked up, but looked at online and used as an example. But Steve hit us back. He said he called up to the local record emporium, and they said it was they had it for $29.99. Just cool. It's a little pricey for me.
That's a double LP.
Yeah, for sure. So that's not to mention that's I wonder how collectible that's going to be. I wonder how much they're going to press that.
Yeah, could be worth like $1 billion.
$1 billion. I'm down with that. I could totally get down with
Which place had this?
Well, I don't want to get
Under.
No.
Oh, the other one.
One of the other ones. I don't want to give them no press. I mean, no. I'll give them press. Earshot in Winston-Salem. Nothing wrong with the store, and I like the folks over there, but they're opposite of somebody I'm even closer with. So I hate to say it. That's shitty of me. So I rethunk that.
I just don't think you have that great of records over there.
Oh, I've gotten my early collection. The majority of it came from that spot for sure.
Was it a different spot back then?
It was originally called Record Exchange. You guys may have ran into Record Exchange,
Yeah.
and then it changed to something else. I think in between, didn't it?
Before Earshot, it was
Yeah.
something else. Yeah.
But anyway, I've gotten a lot of good stuff there, and the dude that runs it, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
But
I kicked myself in the butt Monday morning.
Well,
because I realized I missed the record show last weekend. I wanted to go this year.
oh, Steve texted us.
Did he?
He said, "Anybody going to the record show?"
No, I texted you like a few days before.
Mm-mm. This was
Did we talk about this?
no,
last week?
no. This was on Sunday. He texted us before we got together and jammed.
Oh, well, whatever.
And I said I blew all my money on Kitty Ding Dongs. Remember?
I missed it.
Oh.
But I missed the record show. I kind of wanted to go this year.
Yeah. But that same day that was, we got together and did a little jam.
We got about an hour and 45 minutes worth on on tape.
So yeah, we got a little something coming out.
Maybe.
We got a little something coming down the pipe. We're looking first of the year, maybe a little something that.
We don't have a date where it drops yet, as the kids say.
Hey, we'll let you know though. But
stay tuned. We'll tease it.
Just a little teaser. We're thinking about doing some a few digital tracks free on Bandcamp, and doing a limited run of cassettes for anybody out there that wants to pick up a cassette. Vinyls.
Cassettes.
I'd love to do vinyl. Vinyl's expensive, and we're you know, I don't want to get into all that because it's just for funsies.
I mean, I'm cashing in my 401k though.
So we're gonna do a run of cassettes probably, and this is really interesting. So I told the girlfriend that we'd got together and jammed, and I was like, yeah, man, we're thinking about releasing a little 4-song cassette or something just for fun. And she was like, and a VHS cassette. And I was like, what are you talking about?
VHS cassette.
And she said, a VHS. And I'm like, why a VHS? And she was like, you're going to take the music and mix it with all these crazy visuals. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And she was like, yeah, you said that Saturday night. And I'm like, I did? She was like, yeah, when we were all hanging out. Apparently, I had that grand idea of like, oh, not just a cassette, but like.
Well, you had mentioned that to me a while back.
So she said, she was like, I'm gonna start just regurgitating your own drunk ideas back at you, so you think it's such a great idea.
Yeah, there you go. That's smart.
Yeah. You know, the camera's all messed up. Oh, everything's.
What'd you do?
Everything's dead. Everything's gone. We lost it. We lost it. Oh, DJ Trish on here. Hey. Nate Bouchard's on here. Hey, folks. We appreciate you. Dead Wax. What up, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, Scott Reeder from St. Vitus, also from Caius, Metal Theologian, as I'm just catching up with this chat.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
I saw The Obsessed one time in 1994 when they opened for White Zombie.
Yeah, The Obsessed. Yeah, with
because they were supposed to
Wino's
play.
band.
Yeah, and Scott Reeder was in The Obsessed at one point.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he was.
That's what I was saying. I don't know that he was with.
I don't know if he was with them when I saw him though.
He wasn't in St. Vitus. He was in The Obsessed. Maybe he was.
In The Obsessed.
Yeah,
I don't know if that,
not
but
St. Vitus.
that was like '94 when I saw that though.
You were like 37 back then.
Prong was supposed to open for White Zombie.
I got a Prong cassette over there.
Yeah, but Prong canceled, and so The Obsessed ended up opening.
Snap your fingers. Snap your neck. Yep.
Beg to Differ is a great record.
I got
That
the
one you
cassette.
got?
That's the cassette I got over there. Whoa, the bug disappeared. What? Alright. There it comes. Look at there. I got the bug back. We got some ghosts in the machine this evening, folks.
Man,
I don't know what's
crazy,
going on.
man. These computers.
What else is happening around the world of music, Jay?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Nah.
You ever go to any of them websites?
The what?
What?
Well, I saw a news story. I didn't know if you were going to talk about it or not.
What's that?
I won't steal it up.
No.
About the Music Archive.
Oh, that's right. Our buddy Shane hipped us to a thing. I had the graphic. I meant to load it in and I forgot. You know, actually the stuff we're playing right now, it's been a huge source of stuff for Grown Man Record Night. You know, early on when we started the show, we would just kind of play whatever we were playing behind us as the backing track, and we would do the show. And got away with a lot of stuff, but I mean, even some more heavy hitting stuff. But I remember Led Zeppelin got popped, obviously. I'm just kind of figuring this shit out. And then, like, one day we played it to be funny. We did a Super Bowl special, and I had Huey Lewis Sports behind us, and it was blocked from any country.
Show, yeah.
Huey Lewis doesn't play.
So boy, doesn't he?
We had a few of these incidents to where we're like, wait a minute, we can't just play whatever the F we want behind us while we're talking. So I started reaching down into the baloney stack, a lot of records that out of print and just kind of weird shit. Some of that even gets popped sometimes. But I realized that there was this website, similarly to the archive.org, if you're familiar with it. A lot of great like old like dead shows and like bootleg shows and videos and 16mm like educational films and shit are always like stockpiled and archived there. It's a really cool place to hang out. They have the Wayback Machine, shows you the way websites looked many years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
But there was another website that I discovered called Free Music Archive, and apparently it came out of a certain university, New York, New Jersey. And they offered all of this hyperly categorized music. So if you clicked on rock, there would be 30 categorizations of rockabilly and metal and pop and death metal and black metal and doom metal and you know, garage and psychedelic. I mean, just went on and on and on. It was so awesome. Found a lot of live shows on there, but also found just full albums, much like what we're listening to right now, a lot of this surf rock stuff. And like full albums, it's just like download zip file of full albums. Click with one click, you could download an entire album, lickety split.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. It's been very cool, and apparently it's shutting down.
Yeah, I guess they can't financially support the servers. I would assume.
Yeah, I don't know what went into
ran
it. Some university with some subsidiary. Maybe they were teaching.
Oh,
them.
maybe it's public funds that got cut or something. Maybe.
Perhaps.
Something like
So I don't know,
that.
man.
It happens all the time with those colleges, man. They cut the money right underneath you.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep up with the chat now. You guys are. I see Seeds and Airplane. GoPro video. Oh, Trish was doing a GoPro video and got popped for Don Henley in the background. That's what I'm talking about, man. There's certain artists that just like, red flag just.
Oh, yeah.
So I got tired of like trying to figure out like, oh, well, definitely Beatles is going to get us popped, but I can get away with, you know,
Buster
Clean Head Vincent or whatever, and you put that on, it's like, oh, your video's been blocked, and
Buster Poindexter.
whatever, man.
What's that noise? Oh, it's your chair.
That's my butt, Jay. My butt's making noise. Whack, whack. Let's talk about what we played, Jay.
Let's do it.
We had a good good time tonight. We played a pretty good swath of unique records this evening. Some stuff we hadn't played in a while, and some good old favorites in here as well. You know the rule. I actually left 2 records on the turntable.
Did you know?
From this past weekend, because
you're rocking out this past weekend.
it's a substance abuse problem, brother. Where's your empathy?
Brother.
Now that's a quote from Heat, but you wouldn't know because you've never seen Heat.
Correct. Never seen Heat.
Blasphemer. How long my hair is.
Yeah,
Hippie business.
Pretty long, man.
Hippie business. All right. So I left last week one of my. It's a candidate for top record of the year so far for me. Yob or Raw Heart. Absolutely incredible record if you're into anything remotely heavy. Because it's not. I mean, there's some hollering and screaming on here, but it's just a beautiful record instrumentation wise.
What does Yob stand for?
You know.
You know what?
No. It's funny that how they got their name. I always wondered that. Let me set that down there. He said it's from a Looney Tunes cartoon where aliens come and get his baby boy, but boy is spelled backwards on his bracelet, so they call him Yob. Remember the dad yelling to the spaceship, "Yob, come back, Yob!" Remember that?
Yeah.
That's where Yob came from, apparently. Also, it's a slang for like fuck in, excuse my language, in Russia. I think that means like it means motherfucker. Excuse my language. It's kind of that term. Like, I don't know. Go ask that motherfucker. Go ask that Yob, kind of thing. Okay. That's kind of what that means. This was also left on the table, so I was like, "You right?" I was whacking. Deftones' White Pony. I was talking with Shane online. It has became my favorite Deftones album. A few years ago, I would have swore by the first couple, Adrenaline and Around the Fur. But now, as I get a little older, White Pony. I mean, especially the Passenger, the track with Maynard. That's a top 10 rock song, period, for me. Absolutely. Picking out single songs, yep, that's up there. Funky Gene Ammons on Prestige. With a convertible cover.
Was this on the turntable?
No, I played this.
Okay.
Convertible cover.
Was that good?
Very good.
Okay.
Don't remember the year on this, but man, this thing
it's
is
funky
just,
though. I bet.
Yeah, it's real good.
It looks pretty old.
Yeah, it's
Like
it's
early
bop,
60s,
but
maybe,
it's
something like that.
it moves, man.
Yeah.
Side this has Gene Ammons, Kenny Burrell plays guitar on this. Art Farmer's on trumpet, Arthur Taylor's on drums, Jackie McLean, Doug Watkins also plays on this. Incredible stuff.
That was a thrift store find.
It was a
too,
thrift
wasn't it?
store, 50 cent, 75 cent, $1, something shit like that.
Oh, it's a Prestige LP.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the covers, like I
old
said, completely
school.
ripped apart. And the record, at a glance, was like, oh, it's not the best looking record, certainly. But I'm like, yeah, I'm also not going to leave this sitting in Goodwill for $1, 50 cents, for crying out loud. Interesting. I've been watching a lot of stoner rock documentaries here lately. There's a couple of real good ones on YouTube. And one of the big figures from probably the biggest figure, a lot of people would say it would be Josh Homme, but no, the biggest figure from the stoner rock, the desert rock scene in the California desert scene, is a dude named Mario Lally, who was in a band called Across the River with Scott Reeder, who we were just talking about, which later became Caius without Mario Lally. Mario Lally's also been in Fatso Jetson and Yawning Man. All projects of his, and he's kind of the glue that keeps that scene together out there, and he's the constant that's always like, he's a big dude. But anyway, there was an interview, he was talking about all the bands, what really influenced us the way we played was a lot of the records that were in like our older brothers' record collections and shit, like obviously like Sabbath and Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix, Mountain, and I'm like, yeah, definitely. You can hear that in that desert rock thing. And he mentioned a band, Cactus, and I'm like, he's like, that was a big influence, and I'm like, yeah, man, Cactus. Why have I not been playing Cactus? So I pulled out, I think it's their first one, 1970, I believe it is, on Atlantic. I mean, this thing smokes.
Yeah.
It really does. Got some harmonica playing on there. Some good blues-based, like just kind of grungy.
Those guys in the back look like
Grungy 70s.
just right what you would imagine.
Exactly. Awesome. This is one of the most underrated bands of the 70s. Especially this early 70s period. I know they did Sons of Cactus was kind of meh or whatever. I mean, it wasn't as good as this. If you see this record, and it will pop up from time to time, in dollar bins and shit from, even if it's in a little worse condition, definitely check out the first few records from Cactus. I've got another one up there, it's yellow, I can't remember the name of it, but the self-titled, it has my seal of approval. I will guarantee you that shit right now.
What year is this?
1970. Yeah.
Okay. Where are they from?
New York? I don't know. I'm not real sure. It was recorded in New York.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about the band. That's one of those, it's funny because I would classify them as one of the bands that have been forgotten, that they really shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And guilty of the same shit. I did the same thing. I stuck it up in my stack of records and forgot about it like everybody else did. It's stupid. I mean, I would just as soon hear that as Zeppelin or Mountain or Sabbath. Okay.
Well,
That's a little far, but
this is Carmine Appice on drums on this record. I'd forgot he played with this band.
Carmine.
Yeah.
What if I want those sandwiches? What if I want all those sandwiches I like? I gotta go across the street?
Yeah.
Jay, take your shot of liquor over here.
No, I'm good, thanks.
This was some, I about said VCLT. That would have made any sense. Oh, I gotta put our lower third up. Hang on. Nope. Oh.
Lower third, that's the whole, that's
No,
the
see,
whole
that's
half.
that's not you. There we go. That's an industry term. Much like Berber.
You gonna watch football this weekend? You gonna cheer on your favorite team?
F apostrophe B A double L. F apostrophe B A double L. That's how we cheer around here. We like to keep it short. Abbreviate when you can, Jay.
Yeah.
Life's short, man. I like to abbreviate everything. H up, man. H up. Let's go. H up.
What does that mean?
See?
It's the opposite of a
We're wasting time. Shane asked me to play a little Billy Cobham Spectrum, and I said, okay. I ain't got no problem with that. I just had to find it. I found it pretty quick. It was down here in the stack. It ain't been that damn long since we played this damn thing down. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, folks.
Phenomenal.
That's
it's mind-blowing, man.
It's mind-blowing. It really is.
Doesn't sound like something a human can do.
No, it's
like one person. It doesn't sound like one person playing. Let's put it that way. I
think to me that's the perfect drum album.
Yeah.
It's not a drum album necessarily. It's not like a what's his face from we were talking about him earlier, the old school drummer
Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich. It's not like a Buddy Rich album where you know the whole album is going to be It's not that. It's a great fusion album. But the drumming on it, and you can tell the drums are the central player for sure. But it's not overshadowing the other stuff. There's a lot of great other instruments going on there.
Yeah, but he's got a nice drum solo in there.
Yeah, he knows how to play them. You ever seen him?
Yeah.
But it's not just a hospital.
You're like a.
It's not just a hospital.
You're like a 50s swinger drummer. Dun, 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 dun.
How you say, Daddy-O?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, man. You got some folks hanging out with you over there, Dead Wax? Hey, AZ Mick, man. Never seen you on here before. It's good to see you on the stream, bro. Thanks for checking us out. We hope you enjoy yourself. Hell, I'll drink a little shot of cheap vodka to you, brother.
Vodka.
Got a new folk in the chat. That's let's make that a new. That'll be a new deal. It's the New Deal by Franklin Roosevelt. That we take a shot of cheap liquor when we have a new folk in the chat. So, thanks, bro.
All right.
All
right. How's it taste? Like dirty socks?
Tastes like my girlfriend's gonna be limping.
I don't know what that means.
Well, all right. So we kept digging through the stack. Oh, what can we play?
I don't know, just random.
Well, what can we play?
You ever just randomize it?
Not that random. I've learned my lesson on that. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Two Tribes, this maxi single or whatever they call it.
It's a weird cover, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that supposed to be Reagan and Gorbachev?
Yeah, I guess.
Butt doing or something? This is really good stuff, man. I mean, I like Relax. That's a good song, but
it's a fun song.
This is crazy, and it's got a real cool vibe. And there's a dub version on here of Two Tribes. I didn't play it tonight. It's a longer. I always go typically for the dub versions when I play like hip hop. I always go to the B side and I play the dub version because that's got the weird electro scratching, especially the old school hip hop stuff from the '80s.
Yeah.
Like Biz Markie, Vapors. It's a great single, but it's the single's like three and some change long, and I'm like, man, I kind of want to rock on some Biz for a little longer than that. So there's like a 7-minute little track on there on the other side that I end up playing on the program because I think that keeps people entertained. Check this out though. If you've never seen this Frankie Goes to Hollywood, it's just it's right over.
That's an EP.
You ever seen it? I think a maxi pad single.
Maxi single.
It's like it does smell like pennies, so maybe it is.
You play that on 45 miles an hour?
Yeah, you play it on 45 miles an hour, and it's good, man. I love it. Oh, Deadwack says he's got that shit. Yeah, it's legit. I don't know where that came from. Oh, that's the $2 spot. I can tell by the tag.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, me and Metal Theologian were talking about it. He may be able to better explain to some of these people in the chat because, as I mentioned earlier, I have a substance abuse problem.
He's a wordsmith.
But it's fun.
But But
back in the late 90s, hanging out with a drummer friend of mine who I used to play with some, and he said, man, you really need to check out this band called The Champs. And I'm like, oh, word, The Champs, yeah, Tequila. And he's like, no. Another band called The Champs. It's an instrumental group, very like guitar harmony based. They play these weird 8/9 string Dan Electro guitars and do these crazy harmonies. And I'm like, what? Later I found out they were called The Champs. And then I guess the record company or whoever was like, no, man, you can't be The Champs. That's the band that did Tequila. And they were like, oh, okay. Then we're the fucking Champs. And they changed their name to the fucking Champs. This is before they changed, so this is just called The Champs 3. This is from 97, Frenetic Records. And I'm telling you, man, this is a double LP. This is a burned CDR, not this. I had a burned CDR that the guy gave me back in the day. Never met, I mean, I know a lot of musically inclined and adventurous people.
No.
Never met anybody where they're like, yeah, The Champs. Oh, right on, man. I like them.
Yeah.
Never, ever, till tonight, Metal Theologian. But when I found this this was, last year sometime, I found it used in the local spot.
Yeah.
And it was pricey. I mean, it was $20 record. I say pricey. You guys are probably like, shut up.
Yeah, you're a cheapskate.
I'm a cheapskate. $20 for a used record for me, I'm just like, what? I don't know now. Hang on now. What else you get with it? You throw in a popcorn machine, now I'm on board.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd I go with a popcorn machine right then?
I don't know. That would be fun with me.
Well, so anyway, if you've never seen, I think this is called 1995.
I don't know, it's
No,
hard to
3.
tell.
3. Yeah. Doesn't it look like it says like...
I don't know. It looks kind
It's called Champs 3. Look this up. Jam it on YouTube, folks. Champs 3. Really cool guitar, harmony, instrumental stuff. Like metal-y sounding. But seriously, stream that shit on YouTube. You will not be disappointed. It's a really incredible album. It's one of my all-time sleepers for people that like music. And I like music. This guy over here does. So I needed to come out of something just a little different, but stay on a kind of a...
Crazy dudes.
Catching a vibe, bro. So I pulled out Shel Silverstein, Drain My Brain, and Other Songs. Very weird cadet release. Let's see, let me read. Nice mono rarity from Shel Silverstein. Plays a very strong VG despite visible markings on vinyl. Great play copy. And I've never seen this around before, but it's boy, it's out there. Another record if you've not got a chance to check out. If nothing else, go stream this mug on YouTube. And yeah, that's where the sidewalk ends, cat. If you don't know, release some psych folk, I would say, releases in the '60s, and they're very, very interesting.
They're out there.
They're really out there. To me, this album sounded like stuff that they would play on Sesame Street when they do those little live action interludes where they show like nature and stuff. People change, and they go to the you know what? Those always made me feel a certain way. You go to cartoons, weird sound effects, da 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 da,
right?
And then they go to this live action with an acoustic guitar. Moms give birth to babies.
Yeah.
From the butt. Butt. You ever heard that one?
I really don't remember those.
Come on, bro! I picked this up in Asheville, up the Harvest Records, one of the best record stores
in the world,
on the East Coast for
sure.
Eagle Twin, The Thundering Herd, Holy Lord. So speaking of Lord, Southern Lord, I can't remember. 2018 this came out.
Yeah, that's this year.
Yeah, it's a duo, just guitar and drums, but the guitar is like tuned to like W. I mean, it's down there.
Yeah.
We tune down a lot when we jam. This is down there though.
Down there.
And it's so down there that the lack of bass really doesn't. You're not really wanting the bass because the guitar is tuned so precisely, gnarly low. Some VCLT from the Boss Man. Do I have a Boss Man picture?
Probably. Do you have a recent one that he put up?
There
you
it is.
go.
Yeah. This was the last time the Bossman came into town. He dropped me off a present. He always keeps me where I need to be in my hip hop collection. Most of my just absolute gems from the hip hop side of things. As I've said before, I'm a casual fan of hip hop, but it's not something that I seek out and spend a lot of money on it like I would like stoner and doom stuff or like old psychedelic or whatever. But he keeps me where I need to be. Like this Genius Jizza Liquid Swords, which is out of the early Wu-Tang stuff, one of the top releases. I'd put this up there with the initial Wu-Tang release, Inner 36 Chambers, and then you got Raekwon the Chef, the RZA, the Jizza, no, not the Jizza, Raekwon the Chef. Those are the ones that really stand out. I mean, I know Method Man had his shit, and I know there was some other stuff too, but those are the ones that really.
What's he doing now, Method Man?
I don't know. You know, it's funny. I was shooting a thing. I was shooting a commercial with this guy today, and he said, "You got that magic little thing you can do to take off 20, 30 pounds, right?" And I opened my mouth to say, "You mean crystal meth? Because I can get you some of that." And I was like, "No, I probably shouldn't say that. It might get me in trouble."
Yes, maybe.
But in my head, I thought it was funny, and I know it was funny.
Now, who's the one that died? Old Dirty Bastard?
Old Dirty Bastard died.
Yeah. What'd he die of?
Huh?
What'd he die of?
I think it was butt trauma. You ever been around it?
Butt rupture?
Band name.
Butt rupture?
You know, I considered, like, you know, I've got several prospective band names for this project. I considered posting all these up and getting the Grown Man Record Night Universe.
Can't give them away.
I don't want to give them away, though. That's the problem. I almost thought about...
keep them close to the hip.
We put them out there and let everybody vote. And then we take that name. Sight unseen.
No.
No.
Sorry, people.
That's a little too personal.
Sorry, party people. It turned into a contest.
But you have to pay to get in the contest. We're the only VC folks that, like, you have to pay to get in the contest. Hey, each entry, what is it? This is a lottery. Hey, it's America.
Oh,
I mean, you know what I mean? You don't like it, you can catch a...
Love it or leave it.
You can catch the slow train to Philly, if you know what I mean.
Angela?
These office references do anything for anybody? Jay said, hey, bro, let's get all mellow, bro. Let's do it. And
well, we didn't play a lot of, like, mainstream rock tonight.
No.
I don't think.
Pink Floyd The Animals is... I mean, what a tremendous...
And I just happened to just look right there and it was staring in the face.
I mean, when this gatefold opens up, it might as well just say, "I'm the juggernaut, bitch." I mean, that's as juggernauty as you get
This, I don't know, man. This might be my favorite Pink Floyd record.
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people. And I wouldn't
really
I wouldn't disagree with that. God, that was everything we played.
That was a lot.
That was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff.
I was gonna start playing like real early tonight.
You did start playing.
I held back.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I thought you did.
No, I almost started at like 7 something. I figured like
6:50, 7 o'clock. Yeah.
I was ready to go, but I backed off. Which just means we're ready to get into a video.
Who is this chick staring in the face?
Bethany Moore. Jay, you got some records for Dig of the Week?
Yeah, I got a few records this week. Do you have a few records?
I got a few records. Actually, these records are ones I picked up, except for one. These are records that I picked up last week, but I'll let... excuse me.
Bless you.
I let Jay and Steve do their shit last week. I held on to mine. How many you got?
5.
Oh,
How many do you have?
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you. Like I got home a little early today, so I went by the store, did a little grocery shopping,
Stizzle.
low carb shopping, low to no carb, I'll say.
Low to
I'm out of belt loops, people. I'm wearing shirts I hadn't worn in a long time. I'm out of belt loops. I'm low carb in it.
Okay.
I'm living my best keto life, bro.
All right. Make sure you're living
Still.
your best life, man.
All the way to Thanksgiving.
It's
I'm
all
taking it to
about-
Thanksgiving at least.
It's all about others, not yourself. You know, just doing your best to help other people.
What you know about Gino Vanelli?
Nothing.
Me neither. And I passed on this at this thrift store. And let me get this. And then I went back and picked it up, and I played like some samples on my phone. I'm like, okay, there's some funky tracks on here. Now,
Like what?
I
Like
will
what kind of funky?
fusion funk slap bass heaven. The bass player on this record, I don't know who this cat is. Let's just see.
So it's getting down music.
Leon Gare on synthesized electric bass. Weird. But I've since learned he's a Canadian singer who had. This is the one that got the most popular. Let's see.
Brian Adams?
I Just Want to Stop got to number 4 in U.S. and 1 in Canada. So this is the 6th album by this guy, and I don't. You guys know this guy?
What about is he in Glass Tiger?
It's one of the reason, I preface this with it was 49 cents.
Ross Venolini.
So I'm totally.
But you said it's worth a chunk of change, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you said
I'm totally cool with giving this a chance for 49 cents.
Take a chance on me.
Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance on me. This is that's a good risk for 49 cents because I heard 49 cents worth of awesome slap bass just sampling it on YouTube. So I think that'd be kind of cool. You do one, bro.
All right. We played this earlier. It's a Chic. I saw this staring me right in the face at the music store this week.
Oh, Scotty Strickland's on there. What up, bro?
This was staring me straight in the face to say, "Get me and try me." But recently, I think actually one of the reasons I got this recently, I listened to Power Station.
Yes.
And I really dig that record. I think it's a well mixed, well recorded record.
It really is.
It's like one of the best dollar records too, by the way. Out there, but that's another story. Anyway, but the drummer on that record is Tony Thompson, and he actually came from Chic. His big session drummer. He died in like the early 2000s of cancer. But anyway, that drum sound of Power Station is so powerful. I always like wanted to figure out who that was and like research him, and I traced him back to this. And so, but Chic's pretty. Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards, they were like produced about every hit record in the.
Oh yeah, he was big
90s.
time. He was big time.
Yeah, so Nile Rodgers is still around. Anyway, yeah. So that was one. You want to do one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Scott mentioned those Promise reissues came out this week. I did see that.
No, I didn't see that.
All those, all the stuff, the whole back catalog, pretty much.
They didn't have stuff in vinyl much before?
Not those, not like
Like you couldn't get Frizzle Fry on vinyl?
a good 20. I got Frizzle Fry, but
So what'd they reissue?
a lot. I know that all the good stuff.
Frizzle Fry's good stuff.
Yeah, but this is a new set of stuff that I don't think.
Pork Soda?
When have you seen Pork Soda on vinyl?
I don't know.
Even for the $25 reissue in a record store, I've not seen that. So I guess a lot of that stuff.
So they're making them mainstream now. They're printing lots of them.
I don't know. I don't have information about it, but I did see that it came up in one of my Facebook little groups about it.
Oh, your group, huh?
Oh, I'm in a group, bro. I manage 4 or 5 groups of children. We go to community centers.
Put on plays for
Put
the
on
elderly.
plays. I don't know if you guys like our gang a whole lot, but I thought Darla was just cute as a button.
Our gang.
Darla and Alfalfa get up there and just act out them plays, boy. I tell you what.
What was the one? What was the play in
How-
Road
how-
Pains that
how-
Michael started?
Our
Town.
town. Yeah. Would you be? Could you be? Tales from the Punch Bowl. Yeah, man. I'm a big Brown album fan.
Oh, tell the you're talking about.
Yeah, Scott mentioned it.
Tales from the Punch Bowl. That's the.
I'll tell you why I'm a huge Brown album fan, even though a lot of people are not super big on that album. It's because that was released during a 6-year period. I'll repeat that. 6-year period. No, longer than that. That I worked at Arby's. That's how I worked my way through college for many, many years. And there was that song on the Brown album called Shake Hands with Beef. So and I thought that was so awesome. And so when people would say, "Hey man, what do you do like for a living?" I'd say I shake hands with beef. Because I was the guy on the back line. That's what I did. I'm the one that sliced the roast beef and made the sandwiches.
Yeah.
So I said I shake hands with beef. So I'm very nostalgic about the Brown album.
Yeah. Seas of Cheese. That was a good one.
Oh yeah. Come on, let's sell the seas of
That was
cheese.
Jerry the race car driver. That was
Yeah.
something
There's some of my other digs of the week. I picked up Hitman Blood Money on Xbox for $2. Also picked up The Towering Inferno on VHS for 49 cents. I mean, this reads like, Steve McQueen. Paul Newman's in this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Richard Chamberlain.
Faye Dunaway. You know The Towering Inferno.
Robert Wagner.
I just picked that up because I happened to see it. But if you remember, we've done these Grown Man Record Night sleeper episodes where we talk about albums that we consider sleepers. And one of the early things that I considered, and it's really because Chris from Dixieland Farm, we were out digging, me and Steve were out digging with Chris and DJ Thunder 1970, Dave. And while we were digging in a kind of an antique mall that's got just a shit ton of like records in the back, the $2 spot, where things are just kind of everywhere, but you can find really good stuff, but you got to dig for it. He picked up a Jay and Kai record, J.J. Johnson, Kai Winding. It's the +6 record, which you've probably seen us play on the show, and said, buy this. At the time, this place was $1. And I'm like, oh, he's like, no, seriously, buy it. It's a trombone record. I'm like, I don't, cool, but I don't really want a trombone record. I came home and put it on, and it's like it's a top shelf jazz record. Forget the trombone. I mean, they do play trombone, but just overall, the jazz aesthetics of the album are tremendous. And so that's become one of my go-to, like, hey, give me a record. I'm really into jazz, and I've got Coltrane, I got Miles Davis, I got Thelonious Monk. What should I get? That's one of those. I'm like, if you see Jay and Kai stuff, pick it up. And this, I was at an antique mall and did just that. This is a Jay and Kai. Let me pull up my information here. 1955 and 56 on Columbia.
It's a 6-eye then, isn't it?
It's a 6-eye.
That's a little known fact. The only 6-eye I own
Yep.
is J.J. Johnson record.
Really? So it's a 6-eye Columbia. And so that's early. I mean, for as good as this is a 360 sound deal. For as good as this is, that's early. That's really early.
Yeah.
Holy cow. But I guess, Brubeck was doing shit then, so it's not.
That's kind of the early bebop.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, but they're just playing trombone.
Yeah.
So don't sleep on this because it's trombone. You may think it's freaking circus music or some shit. If you see that with all the alphabet all over it, pick it up. If you see the +6 record with these two cats, pick it up. Good jazz. Don't let the trombone fool you, man.
J.J. Johnson is great.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff.
That, no lie. That one I've got, it's a lot. I've got a live one with him and Nat Adderley.
Yeah.
And it's one of the top 3 best jazz records I have. Like, it's just really good.
What else you got?
I picked this up on a whim. It was in the dollar bin at the same. All these came from the same spot.
Yeah.
The place that I frequent the most. And there was one just in the dollar section standing out looking at me.
Yeah.
Saying, "Here, take me." And it was just kind of ironic because I'd been saying like the last month or so, like, I want to kind of like start buying more funk records. I want to start buying more like doo-wop records from the 50s and the 60s.
Doo-wop?
Well, kind of just old classic sounding music,
Sure.
Just kind of change it up a little bit. And I come across the Chantels. This is a 1984 kind of one of those like no brand compilations.
Sure.
So,
but that's what the dollar bin's all about.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know if the quality's worse than it was.
Probably.
But yeah.
I'm gonna take a stab in the dark.
The transporting it from one tape to another over and over. But anyway,
the tracks are transported over by carrier pigeon.
Yeah, but but yeah. So for $1,
okay.
I figured I'd try it out. And so
how many more? You do.
I got 3 more.
I got 3 more.
You do.
I don't know about it. So I picked up. This is one. I don't think I have this one. One of the most influential, the first jazz I ever heard. You guys have heard this story before if you watched the program at all. Dave Brubeck Quartet, Time Changes. But this is one I didn't have. It's a 64 album. He's always using time as like a theme and shit. The whole second side of the album's composition, Elementals, resulted from a relationship with Rayburn Wright, the Eastman School of Music and its arrangers workshop, and an impending concert in Rochester, New York. It's Mr. Brubeck's first orchestral composition. Very cool. Don't like the orchestral jazz stuff, admittedly, but it's a 2-eye Colombian.
Yep.
Okay.
What year?
I said 64.
Okay.
But it is a Brubeck that I didn't have, and it was like, in a like an antique mall where they think an Elvis record's worth $500 because it's got Elvis Presley on the front of it. I found a couple of things in there, that the Jay and Kai, got a Dave Brubeck. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm shaving a little bit off of out of the outside, making a good use of it.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking in circles.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with Dave Brubeck.
No, not at all.
Just kind of like this next guy.
Yes. Well, we'll see.
Another Herbie Mann called Fire Island.
I don't know this Herbie Mann.
Me neither. That's why I bought it.
Yeah.
This makes my 62nd Herbie Mann record, I believe. Probably.
We asked about the what artist do you own the most of?
Yeah.
And
that's probably
Herbie Mann. That's one of those that's up there for me for sure.
But this is probably not very good. I'm going to assume it's 1977.
Well, it'll be a little disco-y.
He did. Yeah, he was big in that disco era. Flute.
I'll tell you what.
Sound.
I was always the biggest proponent of Herbie Mann and all of his releases that you find for $1 and blah blah blah. And I picked up that one of his like that reggae.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's a bad record.
Yeah. I think the best stuff is like the earlier
sure.
stuff.
And but still, even what's the one with the gross one where he's got his shirt off?
Push push.
Push push.
Yeah.
It's such a gross record, but it's such a good record.
Yeah.
He's a gross man.
Yeah. But
he shouldn't be so gross.
I thought Pablo Cruz when I saw that.
That's what I thought.
That's what might be what it sounds like. I don't know. So, anyway, That will stand. All these dollar records I bought were like on the outside. Like, cause I was in one of those moods where I didn't want to like get down on my knees and just start digging through dollar records.
Say that again, Jay, real slow.
I don't like to get down on my knees and dig for dollar records. Who's that?
Mitch Carteret.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it was pretty cool. They were just like there for the taking. You know?
Yeah. This where I picked up all the stuff from the antique mall, I moved over one shopping center over. I was over here, and then I went over that way. And then you have to use my turn signal. I shot right across it.
Oh yeah, I know.
Shot right across. King. And went into the Goodwill over there and did find. Man, I'm gonna tell you what.
Oh, tell me.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You ever been digging through like dollar records, especially, and you run across a cover and you're like, "What? Holy shit!" And
Something
you pull it out.
Yeah.
I found the soundtrack to Barry Gordy's "The Last Dragon."
Oh wow.
Pulled it out, and it had a George Duke record in it.
Oh wow.
Nothing wrong with George Duke. I love George. I'm like,
Yeah,
I was so mad. That was some big middle finger. I just started laughing. It's like, damn it, that would have been such a cool record to grab.
That's common with anything at Goodwill, not just records.
Yeah,
CDs,
yeah. DVDs,
cassettes,
games, yeah. But anyway, in that same spot, I put back a Lionel Hampton that was really rough, and it was very much orchestra based. And I'm like, yeah, that's not really my steez.
Mm-hmm.
But I did pick this up. Mm-hmm. It's called Mambo Bongo Bash.
Oh wow.
Love this kind of shit. You know, we love playing shit like this on Grown Man Record Night. And
that looks like a really iconic cover.
That cover is really, really cool.
That's kind of like one of those whipped cream and other delights kind of looking.
Yeah, this is let me get down to
50s or whatever it is.
Al Stefano and his trio is what does this, and I couldn't even really get any good information about this. There wasn't any for sale. Let's see what label this is on. It's on Mayfair Records. It's early. This is a very clean copy. I think there was one for sale on Discogs. Cover's a little beat there. There was one for sale on Discogs for like $25. But it's funny because it seems like every like bongo or cha-cha record I pick up and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And I love those records anyway. But I'll pick them up and then I'll look them up on Discogs or something. Mm-hmm. There's always only one for sale and it's always $25. Mm. It makes you be like, oh, wow, this is like a. And I don't know that it necessarily is, but it's funny that that's always
Could just
the
be
case.
a guy that thinks every record he has is worth $50.
Could be the one guy, yeah. Yeah, man, I want to hear that too, Scott. Man, I'm gonna put that shit on for real. That's first off the table when we go to the show. Hey, when we get done with the show, I don't know if I've never really explicitly said this. When we do the show on YouTube and Twitch. But when we get done with the show, we stop down for just a minute, collect our business. We go back live on Twitch doing music. So whenever we stop the show, go back to the Twitch channel and we start playing all these records that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I picked up a Platters record. I've been kind of just, like I said earlier, wanting to get some of that old
I've got some Platters,
soul,
yeah.
You know. I love their sound.
Yeah, they've got a thing going on.
Almost beach music sound.
Okay, let's be easy.
Hey, well,
let's be easy.
I think so. You know?
Hey guys, girls.
This is a compilation. It's called Encore of Golden Hits, the Platters. Yeah, this wasn't $1. I actually paid $2 for this.
Oh, watch out now.
But it's in like flawless condition with the original shrink wrap from 1958 on it. Maybe that alone's worth an extra $1, you know.
Oh, hang on. I'll see if they'll let me do this. Twitch.tv/
You tweeting the link out, bro?
It may not let me do this.
It'll be a tiny URL.
probably. Deadwex asked what's Twitch, so I'll put you a link. That's where we do our, we broadcast all this music that we're playing. We just come to YouTube and to do the show because if you can't just broadcast music on YouTube, like I talked about before, they'll pop the crap out of you. But Twitch, I don't save the broadcast, so it lets me get away with broadcasting music, and then when we hit stop, it goes away. You can't go back and watch it, but it disappears. What else you got, Jay? I only got one more, so you got to bust it.
I got one more.
Bust it. I get to finish because I pay the mortgage over here.
The store, this store, I've been going to this store like once a week for the last few weeks. I'm just going to buy some records, I haven't bought records from them in a while. I go up there and hanging out, and I figure out the best time to go is after supper because nobody else is there.
Sure.
But anyway, this is all jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber.
I'd seen this record for a few weeks and had always just kind of passed on it and say, hey, why not try it, It's Cyndi Lauper's first record. She's so unusual.
She sells both. She's sure.
She's so unusual.
So you paid a little bit for this record.
$8, not
okay.
Crazy.
You paid $8 for a Cyndi Lauper record.
Yeah, it's probably pretty good.
I'm not blaming you.
There probably ain't nothing wrong with it.
I love Cyndi Lauper.
Me too.
If you got okay, let's stop. Let's just stop. If you guys ever seen the movie Just One of the Guys, where the girl dresses like a boy to go to school so she can work on the school paper, there's a scene in that movie, and this is from like '85. There's a scene in the movie where the dude in there says, "Oh yeah, and I'm Cyndi Lauper," and to me that's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't have any Cyndi Lauper.
No, this is the one with the girls just want to have fun. That's a catchy song.
Sure it is. Captain Lou Albano thought so.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
That's right. Woo! So that's all I got.
Okay. Well, there was one. It was actually the first record I saw last week when I went into that antique store. Really caught my attention, and then I kind of picked it up, and it was $3, and I'm like, yeah.
That's a lot of money, man.
It's a lot of money, considering it had a 39-cent price tag on it. And I didn't know this record, so I picked it up. Let me let you hold this guy out.
Oh, let me touch it.
This is Leon Hayward, and it's called "It's Got to Be Mellow." He worked as an accompanist for Guitar Slim in the '60s before kind of moving on. He was in Sam Cooke's band. He was a keyboardist mostly. Worked in Sam Cooke's band, then he went out and did his own shit. This one got him the most success, and I wasn't familiar with this at all. And when I kind of looked it up, the first side, very soulful, but slower, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Maybe I'll put it back. Then for some reason, I pulled it back up and streamed some more songs, and realized that the second side of this, it seems like, is like all instrumental in a very grown man record night kind of way. Mm-hmm. It's that just soul. Oh my God, the funky soul but instrumental jams. Imagine James Brown's The New Breed, that kind of style of instrumental. That I'm like, oh shit. So I'm gonna buy, and I did look it up, and it's like, yeah, it goes for you know, yeah, $15-$20. So for $3, in a very good copy, so my ears are popping. I decided.
Well, are you cruising at a high altitude?
It is, bro. What? So yeah, that's all our dig of the week.
That's awesome, man. That was good digging.
That's some good digs, man.
I think we're both happy.
Yeah, and like some real old school digs, man. Not like going to a record store and spending $100, but like knuckle deep, knuckle deep in the heat, bro.
I spent a lot of money, man.
Knuckle.
$8 on Cyndi Lauper.
Oh yeah, and I'm Cyndi Lauper. Knuckle deep in the heap. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. Oh man, I gotta take a urinary.
Yeah, pause for the cause, man.
I gotta pee. I used to work with this old guy when I worked at Arby's, actually, and he used this term. Please forgive me for this language. But he would say, "Hang on, I'll be right back. I gotta piss like a double-cunted cow on a flat rock." I thought that was so funny. Anyway, we'll take a quick break. Come back with a So to Speak and a Chip Chat. You're not gonna want to miss both of these. So to Speak is a soda. I'm just like, wait, what? What is this?
It's a special.
And the and Chip Chat, I got a couple of serving suggestions, and it's bonkers. So stay tuned with us.
Special episode tonight.
Oh no, oh no.
We're in the black.
We're in the black. Inappropriate. We're all Americans, Jay. You ain't got to get all like that about it. We'll be right back. You guys stay tuned with us about it. All over it. All over the
inner world.
We got well, kill our mics up there, Jay. And we're dragging this out so we can have enough time to pee about it. Okay, it's taking too long. It's taking too long.
Magazines, you've read it in the newspapers. In fact, perhaps you've even seen the owner's picture. Ralph Williams, the owner of Bayshore Chrysler Plymouth, 345 El Camino Real in the city of San Bruno. You notice the big bald-headed son of a bitch? The man that came to San Francisco to offer them more for the dollar they spend. The man that came to San Francisco to rape each and every citizen in the whole San Francisco Bay Area. You don't believe it? Listen to me. I don't lie. Take a fucking car like this. A 1966 Ford, a Country Squire 9-factor station wagon. Don't worry about the equipment. Imagine all the fun you can have in the back. And while you're doing it, imagine all the money that bald-headed prick Ralph Williams is going to be making on the car he's trying to fuck you out of. Yes, the man that'll take every dime out of the San Francisco Bay Area and spend it on prostitutes, booze, and, of course, crap tables in the city of Las Vegas. I'm sure you've heard about it. So remember this. If you'd like to get fucked and hooked real hard before you buy a car, come down here. Let Ralph Williams do it. Why not? Why not somebody else? Remember, our address is 345 El Camino Real in the city of San Bruno. But if you come from Marin County, East Bay Area, or San Jose, your money spends just as well as anybody else's. And when this bald-headed son of a bitch gets hold of you, you will spend money. Talking about payments, 5 years payments of $100 a month. You can't get even. So shop before you buy.
Hey, what do you love about freshen up gum?
Love that squirt.
What do you love when you bite into one?
Love that squirt.
Freshen Up freshens breath with a tingly liquid center. One bite squirts refreshment all over your breath.
Freshen your breath with Freshen Up. Your gum that goes squirt.
Love that squirt.
Mr. Suntek Bo will now show you the powerful Cobra Punch.
Yeah! Punch through with a Cobra CV and be heard loud and clear. Handsome exterior belies powerful interior that consistently covers much distance because Cobra made to deliver a powerful punch. Also, made to take punch.
Punch through loud and clear with a Cobra.
While scoring many breakthroughs in recent years, science has completely overlooked the snack lever. Now comes news of a way to get at Armour Star Vienna sausage and potted meat faster. Zip top cans. New convenience. Same fine Armour quality. Armour Star Vienna sausage and Armour Star potted meat now in zip top cans.
Yes, honey?
You know, we were talking yesterday.
Yes, we were.
Do you know about periods?
Yes, what about periods?
Do you have periods?
Yes. All women have periods.
Tell me what happens.
Blood inside of my body comes outside from an opening between my legs. Do you have a question, Jill?
Yes, I want to know if Susie has periods.
Susie?
Yes, Mom?
Jill wants to know something. What do you want, Jill?
Susie, do you have periods?
Do I have periods? Jill, all women have periods about every 4 weeks for 3 or 4 days. When I'm on my period, blood from inside of my body comes outside from an opening between my legs.
Susie, what about my teacher? Does Miss Jones have periods?
Yes, Jill, your teacher, Mrs. Jones, does have periods. All women have periods about every 4 weeks for 3 or 4 days.
Hi, girls.
Hi, Dad.
What have you girls been talking about?
About periods, Daddy. Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure, honey. What is it?
Does Aunt Curl have periods?
Yes, Jill. All women have periods about every 4 weeks.
But, Dad, men don't have periods, do they?
That's right, honey. Men do not. Only women. Blood from inside a woman's body comes outside from an opening between her legs about every 4 weeks.
But the blood, won't it get on my clothes?
No, it won't, because you use a sanitary
A
pad.
sanitary pad.
Yes, a sanitary pad.
Susie, what's a sanitary pad?
Come on, Jill, I'll show you. I'm having my period now. Let's go into the bathroom. This is a sanitary pad. This is where I keep them.
Blue, white, blue, white. Look, it is blue on one side, white on the other.
What's it supposed to be?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, maybe. All right. Sorry, we're back. So I just took one of those.
I took one of the jugular, man.
I took one of those 90-second pisses that felt like an ASPCA commercial.
Oh yeah, those are long.
All I needed was the sound of my urine pounding the porcelain with the background sounds of Sarah McLachlan struggling through a guitar and a aria.
Yeah.
Something or other.
Yeah.
All right.
Aria Speedwagon?
Aria Speedwagon. Get out of there.
Band name.
Aria Speedwagon?
Oh, yeah.
Band name, Are You Going to the Mall Later? All right, let's get into it, so to speak. Now, I had you look this up for me. I found this at Walmart today.
Yeah. Oh, at Walmart.
Yeah, this was a Walmart pickup. I was in the, I picked up some, I'm doing the keto thing, so I picked up some ground beef and I went over to grab some Mexican.
I was going to say, it's had to come out with the ethnic.
Yeah, so I was grabbing like taco stuff. I do tacos on like lettuce wraps because I'm keto. Living my best keto life, bro. So anyway, over there, I always look at the Mexican sodas, and we've done a lot of those. The Guaritos and Sendet Mundial, and some of the other ones. And but this one,
didn't we have a Coke recently from?
We did a Mexican Coke, which is a different flavor. But I saw this in there. Before we even get down, let's get a tight shot if we could. I love this.
Looks like
the graphic.
cartoon,
Yeah, it looks like Sesame Street. Get up on that bitch. Because I'm feeling especially happy about this one. Down. Turn. Freeze it. Now, how would you say that? Kolashpan. Kolashapan. 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 You guys know anything about Kolashapan? Jay, what did you find out about Kolashapan?
Well, it's from the great country of El Salvador.
Easy now.
It's from the great country of El Salvador.
El Salvador.
Yeah. I can read what they say.
Oh yeah, read it, bro.
Its long form name is La Casacada, whatever that last thing is. It's a Salvadorian drink. Well, actually, Salvador. Is that El Salvador? Salvadorian?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Drink that is supposed to be a cream soda.
Cream soda.
Yes.
It's got a carbonated water, sugar, and/or HFC. Nothing crazy.
So
it's orange. So I wonder if it's like an orange cream.
No earthly idea, Mike.
Walmart is carrying this like $2. I'm gonna
$2. That's a little on the high side for a 2-liter, though, right? What kind of sugar does this have?
It says sugar and HFC and/or HFC.
Okay.
Huh?
What'd you get out of that?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you after you tell me what you think about it. It's good. It's not gross or anything. It's very good.
I don't know what I get out of that.
What's that right there? The back end. What do you taste the back end?
Like bubble gum.
Bubble gum. You got it. It tastes like freaking Hubba Bubba.
Yeah.
And that tells me if it's a bubble gum thing and it's from South America.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, that would say that's guarana. Guarana does that bubblegum thing. And I don't think I noticed guarana anywhere on this ingredient list. So I'm wondering.
I don't know.
I don't see it. Because we've done guarana sodas before.
That's not bad at all.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
And you would think it. I keep waiting for especially that back end. Dude, it's bubblegum all day long. It's good, though.
It's a very, very light orange. Very light.
Even though it's got a lot of sugar per, what you're drinking. It doesn't like coat your mouth like maple syrup or get overbearing kind of thing. It's a good
Well,
full flavored
sweetness
soda.
was a little over.
You think it's really sweet?
I think it's pretty sweet. I think that's where the cream soda part comes in, just because how sweet it is.
Dude, my palate is really literally nothing but water for like weeks, except for alcohol. I do water and alcohol, and so whenever I taste like even a Diet Coke, I'm like, woo, that's like chemical. It used to be like Diet Coke was like the nectar of the gods for me, and now when I taste it, I'm like, I taste like chemicals. It's weird. It's weird how shit like that works. It's good stuff, man.
Oh, yeah, pretty good.
I don't mind that at all. Anyway, check that out. A very cool bottle, very cool thing. I'm glad I ran across that.
Yeah, your kids might like that drawing on the front.
I don't have any kids. I
Well,
flush my kids down the toilet.
I meant our viewers.
Oh, our viewers have kids. Yeah, they all got kids. All
Some
of them.
do.
No, they all do. All of them. All of them.
Not all of them.
All the kids. All of them have. Hey, for Chip Chat. Now check it out. We're not just going to jump into a chip. Although we got some chips we need to jump into because some of these are reaching their expiry date. But before we do that, I got some other chip stuff. Also tonight, I've not mentioned this, and I hate to do this when we're talking about food stuff. But Matt Pike got his toe cut off.
Wow.
So I was going to pepper this in all night long. Matt Pike's toe. Matt Pike got his toe amputated.
I bought mattpikestoe.com earlier.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just let that sink in. I was going to pepper it in throughout the night, but anyway. Whoop. Oh, God. Oh, no.
We're in the
back to the toe. I'm trying to look for the right stuff.
As in New Kids on the Block's right stuff?
No, I got some stuff for Chip Chat. Oh my God, this is gonna piss me off. Chip image. God, this is making me mad. Hang on, folks. I'm sorry, folks. I'm looking. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the Pink Floyd stuff.
Oh, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go for it while I find this.
Do you have
Here we
any
go.
Christmas jazz records?
No.
Are there some? Are there?
Sure.
Like I'm talking like Blue Note or something like that. I mean,
No, I don't know. You know what I don't have? There's a Herb Alpert Christmas record that I don't have. I see it from time to time, but I never see it at Christmas time. And I'm not big into buying Christmas records when it's not Christmas time.
well, I've told you in the past, I don't own a single Christmas record.
Oh, Jesus,
so
dude.
I need to maybe buy a few, maybe the next month or so.
Okay, so check this out. What you're staring at here. You guys may have seen this on national media. If you're big into like Thanksgiving, so you know, we got Thanksgiving coming up.
Yeah.
Pringles has done this thing where they're selling this pack of Thanksgiving-inspired chips. They're sold as a 3-pack.
Okay.
Which is pretty nuts. But I think you can only apparently they did it last year, which I didn't realize. People went apeshit over it.
Yeah.
So they have a turkey one. And they have a, let's see what else is in there. A pumpkin pie and stuffing. It's a 3-pack, and you can only get it from their website. Sorry, I'm trying to read. My eyesight's going bad.
That's all right.
Bad news.
Well,
They found the USA Today tested and found that the stuffing flavored chip to taste the most authentic. But we've done pumpkin pie chips before on the show.
Yeah, I got those 7-Eleven ones last year right after Thanksgiving, and the turkey also, turkey and dressing.
We've had turkey and gravy.
Turkey and gravy, that's what it was.
Yeah, those were not bad.
But the pumpkin pie were really good.
Yeah, sweet chips are something that's very unique to, and something kind of different to come by. But anyway, you can't just pop down to your local groceteria and get these. You have to order these from their website. So if you're interested in this,
that's crazy.
As a keepsake or whatever, maybe you.
Oh, you're not supposed to eat them?
No, but I got something even crazier than that. You ready for something crazier than that?
I love crazy stuff, man.
Right.
Nope, that's wrong.
Okay, we've got our good friends Dino
That's
Mitas
mine.
from the Doritos Corporation.
Wait.
The little rolled up
What's going on
tubes that are
here?
really hot and stain your fingers. And we've got a bowl
Wait.
of chicken vegetable
That's
soup.
not what I meant to do. But
So these things
I
are
can't.
hollow. So let's see if
I had
this will work
short
as a
hair. Look at
straw.
Are you snorting that?
They absolutely work as a
Using it
straw.
as a straw.
A very spicy straw.
What are you drinking?
Soup.
Are you on a diet?
And then you can eat it.
Mm-mm. Okay, this is what I meant to show you. This, of all places, came out of Cracked. You know the magazine Cracked?
Is that like Mad?
Yeah, it's kind of like Mad Magazine. You know Cracked magazine. So they did this thing, man. Reynolds Kitchen released a flamin' hot Cheetos encrusted turkey recipe. Also recipes for Funyuns and Cool Ranch Doritos breaded turkeys. But the way this reads, the jig is up. Reynolds knows we're all going to be baked this Thanksgiving. To be fair, the current political atmosphere would make family gatherings completely intolerable without a bit of the old sticky icky. The only people to whom a Cheetos encrusted turkey looks appetizing are blazed out of their damn minds. Sure, at first glance, a powdery orange turkey is repulsive, but imagine how that sucker is going to look after a couple of fat roaches with a PH. And honestly, this recipe exhibits a far more restraint than my weed turkey, which is as follows. But yeah, everything's
Got
like
the whole recipe there.
yeah, it's got the whole recipe. So you put a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. That's what you use to encrust your bird.
Just grind them up.
I think
real
it's
good.
tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, but at the same time,
Could be real.
I mean, you know,
recipe though. You know.
I wouldn't not eat it.
Sure.
I would totally
Sounds
eat that.
appetizing.
Now we have a large cache and a backlog of chips, and we're actually getting to the point to where some of these chips are actually expiring in their date. So we're trying to go by expiration date to make sure that we're achieving, we're meeting the maximum freshness goals of these chips when we experience them and describe them to you, or else that wouldn't be fair. So this is something that's...
It's probably no good. I mean,
No, it's go Miss Vicky's. Now, whose chip is this?
who brought it?
No. Is this the... Jimmy John's?
No. Jimmy John's is Jimmy John's.
Who's Miss Vicky's chips?
Could be Subway, maybe. I don't eat enough Subway though to know.
Hang on, I'll look it up.
I don't do the sandwich places that often. Do you?
No carb.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking up Miss Vicky's chips. Miss Vicky's potato chips are cooked with care and patience to bring you the flavor of a less hurried Tom. Made from potatoes and sliced with precision for the perfect crunch, we cook Miss Vicky's potato chips with the old-fashioned care and then place them in the special packaging to keep them fresh and crunchy. Are they not associated with a...
They must just be an independent chip maker.
I thought they were one of those... Okay. Every bag of chips begins somewhere, but ours begins with someone. Miss Vicky wanted better chips for her family, so she made them using ingredients fresh from her family's farm. That's the kind of shit we like to read here on the program.
Yeah.
In her kitchen, where work was respected, family was loved, and honesty was a must. F&A, man. She spent years getting just the right crunch and flavors to put big, happy smiles on every face in her farmhouse. Today, as more people discover the great taste of our Miss Vicky's chips, her influence keeps growing. God bless.
So do they want us to think that she's making these in her house? Like, as
of course she is. Don't bust our bubble.
You think she grew these potatoes herself?
Get a good one. This is the jalapeno flavor of Miss Vicky's.
Pick me out a winner, Bobby. Okay. Is it good?
Well,
again, stale?
It's a kettle chip. So the texture is there. The jalapeno is there. But if you compare it to the Kettle brand chip, less of a jalapeno, like too much stuff on the chip, too much burn. It's not that. It's more of a subtle chip. I could see after a couple of these, the jalapeno seasoning would kind of build up a little bit. But not crazy.
No, it's good.
Good chip. Again, my problem with this is I don't eat chips during the week now.
Oh, they're getting hot.
No.
They're starting to get hot.
I don't eat chips during the week now, so when I eat chips on Friday night, I'm just like, oh my God, this is the best chip ever. But these are good.
It's a pretty hot jalapeno chip.
They are hot. I like that.
Yeah.
And even though they're kettle, that's not bust your teeth kettle.
No.
Which I appreciate.
You got a nice salt. Got a good amount of salt on them. I like salt on chips. They got some salt on them.
It's a good chip.
Yeah, where are they out of there?
New York, I believe. New York. I swear to God, these are from some sandwich joint. That's why it's a small bag. Somebody will correct us.
Toys R Us?
Toys R Us. I don't know. Hey, folks, we've had a great evening tonight.
Toys R Us is coming back. Toys R Us is coming back.
Who's coming back? Toys R Us. No, it's
they're
no.
They're going to change their name to.
Not no.
They're going to change their name to Walmart.
Kmart. I heard Sears bought Toys R Us, so they're fine. Nothing to worry about.
These bankruptcy jokes do anything for you?
Get all the Jeffrey stuffed animals you want. Anyway, we've had a good time tonight. A lot of good albums, a lot of good discussion, a lot of good fellowship, some chips, some sodas, some recipes. I don't know what the hell else y'all want from me, folks. I've had a long week, and I'm damn tired of it. I'm done with it. So what I'm going to do, we're going to play some more record albums on twitch.tv/grownmanrecordnight. I need to build a graphic for it. We'll put that Bongos record on right now. We'll
Speaking
put that
of bongos, I think the cats just took out something in there.
Yeah, they're fighting. They're fussing about it. Hope everybody has a great weekend. come out the window. I hope everybody has a great weekend and an even better week coming up.
Yeah.
And
enjoy yourself, people.
Hey, just remember, it's not just a hospital. It's not just a hospital. No, it's not just a hospital. And even retards go through puberty.
All right.
.com. Cut off the mic!